Ever feel like you're just bombarded with health info?
Totally. It's like
Yeah.
every day there's a new study or a new trend.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it can be hard to know what to actually pay attention to.
Exactly. It's a lot.
It is.
And so that we try to unpack all of that here on the deep dive.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to be tackling type 2 diabetes.
Ooh, a big one.
A big one. Very complex.
Very.
And we're so grateful to Dr. Narendra Kumar at the Heartbeat C Academy in the UK
Awesome.
for giving us this incredible material to go through.
Yeah. Great resource.
So before we jump into all that, just a quick reminder.
Okay.
If you're enjoying the deep dive and you want to stay up to date with all of our latest episodes,
Yes.
make sure to follow us on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
All the places.
All the places,
Try
exactly.
to catch up.
All right, so type 2 diabetes.
Okay, so type 2.
What is the big picture here?
Well, I think a lot of people, when they think of diabetes, they just think sugar. Right? Like, oh, sugar's bad.
Right.
But it's way more complex than that.
Cephalin.
It's really about how the body uses sugar for energy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about cutting it out completely.
So there's like a whole process.
Yeah, there's this really fascinating dance between glucose, which is the sugar in your blood,
Yeah.
insulin, which is a hormone that helps your body use that glucose,
Right.
and then your cells, which are like the energy factories of your body.
So when that dance gets messed up,
Yeah, when it gets out of sync.
that's when things start to go wrong.
Exactly. That's when we start to see type 2 diabetes develop.
And one of the things that Dr. Kumar really stresses in these materials is that
Yeah.
type 2 diabetes, this is a chronic condition.
It is.
It's not something that you can just like cure and then you're done.
Nope. It's something that requires ongoing management and attention.
Right. And I think a lot of people maybe don't understand that.
I agree. There can be a misconception that you just take a pill and you're good.
Yeah.
But it's really about making lifestyle changes.
Yeah, long-term.
Long-term sustainable changes to really manage it effectively.
And one term that I always get kind of tripped up on
Okay.
is insulin resistance,
Oh, yeah. That one can be a little tricky.
because I think of weightlifting.
Right. It does sound like something you'd hear at the gym.
It does.
Yeah.
So can you break that down for us in the context of diabetes?
Absolutely. So insulin resistance basically means that the cells in your body aren't responding to insulin as well as they should. Insulin is like a key, right?
Okay.
And it unlocks the door to let glucose into your cells to be used for energy.
Makes sense.
But when you have insulin resistance, it's like that lock is rusty.
Oh, okay.
The key doesn't quite fit.
Interesting.
So the insulin has a harder time doing its job.
So the glucose can't get in,
Exactly. And then the glucose builds up in your bloodstream.
which leads to high blood sugar.
Exactly. And that's where we start to see the problems.
And over time, high blood sugar.
Right. That's when it gets really dangerous.
It can cause some pretty serious health issues.
Yeah, it can damage blood vessels, nerves, organs.
It's a whole cascade
It really is.
of potential problems.
So early intervention and management are key
So important. Yeah.
to preventing those complications.
And you know, one thing that I thought was really interesting about how Dr. Kumar approached the topic of managing type 2 diabetes
Yeah.
is he really emphasizes
What's that?
that it's not just about diet and exercise.
Right. It's not just about those two pillars.
He really looks at it as part of a bigger picture.
I agree. He takes a very holistic approach.
Yeah, like considering lifestyle, genetics,
Absolutely.
access to healthcare, all these different factors.
I mean, it's all interconnected, right?
it's all connected.
You can't just focus on one thing in isolation.
And I think sometimes in the healthcare system,
Yeah.
there's this tendency to be like, okay, you need to do this, this, and this.
Right. Very prescriptive.
Very prescriptive and not really looking at the whole person.
I think that's where Dr. Kumar's approach is so refreshing because he really emphasizes understanding the individual's unique needs.
It's about empowering individuals to make informed decisions
Exactly. To be active participants in their own health.
rather than just passively following orders.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that's so important.
It is.
And speaking of empowering, I want to empower our listeners to check out our Instagram page
Oh, yes.
because we're going to be posting all sorts of resources
Lots of good stuff.
about managing type 2 diabetes and living a healthier life.
So give us a follow.
So give us a follow, stay connected,
Stay informed.
and let's keep this conversation going.
Absolutely. We love hearing from our listeners.
Now, one thing that really struck me in Dr. Kumar's materials
Okay.
was this idea of personalized care.
Oh, interesting.
It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right?
Definitely not.
Like what works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. Everyone is different. Their bodies are different. Their lifestyles are different.
And he goes into a lot of detail about different dietary approaches, different types of exercise.
He does.
What did you find particularly interesting about his recommendations?
I was really intrigued by his discussion of the Mediterranean diet.
Oh, yeah.
He really breaks down why it's so beneficial for people with type 2 diabetes.
And it sounds delicious.
It does, right.
Lots of fruits and veggies, whole grains.
Healthy fats, olive oil.
Yeah, fish.
It's all about those anti-inflammatory foods that can really help regulate blood sugar levels.
And then he also talks about intermittent fasting.
Right, which is another interesting approach.
A little more, I don't know, controversial maybe?
Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone.
Right, but it can be a useful tool for some people.
He stresses that it's really important to talk to your doctor
Always.
before trying any kind of fasting regimen.
So you're doing it safely.
Exactly. Safety first.
And under the guidance of a healthcare professional.
Absolutely. They can help you determine if it's right for you.
And of course, diet is only one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, we can't forget about exercise.
Right.
Which is so important for managing type 2 diabetes.
Why is that?
Well, exercise basically acts like a booster shot for insulin sensitivity.
Oh, okay.
When you're physically active, your muscles use glucose for energy,
Got it.
even without needing as much insulin to unlock those cell doors.
So it's like helping insulin do its job better.
Exactly. It's giving those rusty locks a good WD-40 treatment.
I love that analogy.
So it lowers your blood sugar levels, and it improves your body's overall response to insulin.
Which is key.
It really is. It's all about making those cells more responsive.
And Dr. Kumar also acknowledges that sometimes medication is necessary.
Right. It's not a failure.
It's not a sign of weakness.
It's just another tool in the toolbox.
It's another off.
To help manage the condition effectively.
And what are some of the key points he makes about medication management?
Well, first and foremost, he emphasizes that medication should always be used under the guidance of a healthcare professional.
Always. Always.
It's not something you should just start or stop on your own.
Right.
It's about finding the right type and dosage for each individual.
Personalized care.
Again?
Exactly to your specific needs.
And it's important to understand the potential side effects and benefits.
Right, so you can make an informed decision.
And he also stresses the importance of ongoing monitoring and communication with your doctor.
So that you're constantly assessing.
Yeah, to make sure that your medication plan is still the best fit for you.
Because things can change.
Absolutely. Your needs can change over time.
So this has been a really fascinating deep dive.
It has.
Into the world of type 2 diabetes.
I've learned a lot.
Me too.
It's amazing how much there is to know.
It's so complex.
It is.
And we really can't thank London Heartbeats Academy enough.
No, they've provided such a valuable resource.
Such a wealth of information.
So informative and well presented.
Yeah, so check out their website.
Definitely for even more in-depth information.
And we also want to remind everyone that we're here to support your journey to better health.
We are.
So connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
We're on all the platforms.
For more insightful deep dives like this one.
We're exploring new health topics every week.
We love hearing your feedback and questions.
Absolutely. Keep those questions coming.
We're all in this together.
We are.
Let me walk you through the final and crucial aspects of diabetes management. The dietary aspects of diabetes management are fascinating. Think of food as information for your body, not just fuel. Let's explore the glycemic impact of different foods. It's quite eye-opening. Consider bread, for instance. White bread might look innocent enough, but it impacts your blood sugar similar to eating pure table sugar. On the other hand, vegetables like broccoli have minimal impact on blood sugar. They're like gentle whispers to your system rather than loud shouts. Let's talk about carbohydrates in everyday foods. Picture a traffic light system. Green for foods with minimal impact on blood sugar, like leafy greens, amber for foods to eat in moderation, like whole grains, and red for foods that can cause rapid blood sugar spikes, like sugary drinks. Understanding this helps make informed food choices. The concept of sugar burden is particularly interesting. Some foods naturally contain sugars, others have added sugars, and some foods get broken down into sugars in your body. Take a banana, it contains natural sugars, while a chocolate cereal has added sugars. Then there's white bread, which might not taste sweet but gets converted to sugar in your body quite rapidly. What's fascinating is how different foods affect blood glucose differently. For instance, basmati rice might seem similar to other rice varieties, but it actually has a different impact on blood sugar. It's like choosing between different routes to the same destination. Some paths are gentler than others. The low-carb program represents a modern approach to diabetes management. It's like having a GPS for your diet, helping you navigate food choices while providing real-time support through digital platforms. This isn't about completely avoiding carbohydrates. It's about making smarter choices about the type and amount of carbs you consume. Let's bust a common myth. Managing diabetes doesn't mean you can never enjoy your favorite foods. It's about understanding their impact and making informed decisions. Sometimes, it's as simple as adjusting portion sizes or combining foods differently to minimize blood sugar spikes. Imagine your body as a sophisticated city. The SGLT2 inhibitors we use today are like smart traffic controllers at your kidneys. They help redirect excess sugar out of your body through urine. What's remarkable is that this process happens completely independently of insulin. It's like having an alternative route when the main highway is congested. These medications offer multiple benefits beyond just controlling blood sugar. They're particularly exciting because they can help with weight management and protect your heart. Think of it as getting a 3-for-1 deal. However, we need to be mindful of some important considerations. When people start these medications, they might notice more frequent urination. It's like opening extra drainage channels in our city analogy. Let's move on to GLP-1 receptor agonists. These are like smart messengers in your body. They work by mimicking natural hormones that your intestines produce after eating. Imagine having a personal assistant who tells your body when to produce insulin, when to feel full, and even helps your brain recognize when you've had enough to eat. Pretty clever, right? The beauty of modern diabetes treatment is the variety of options available. Some medications can be taken by mouth, while others are given as injections. We now have weekly injections, which many people find more convenient than daily ones. It's like choosing between a daily commute or working from home. Different options suit different lifestyles. What's particularly interesting is how we can combine different medications. Think of it as creating a perfect symphony. Each instrument, medication, plays its part to create harmonious blood sugar control. Some newer combinations even put 2 medications in one injection pen, making life easier for patients. Now, let's talk about potential side effects. Every medication comes with its own set of considerations. For example, some people might experience nausea when starting GLP-1 receptor agonists, but this usually improves over time. It's like adjusting to a new exercise routine. Your body needs time to adapt. The most exciting part is how these medications offer benefits beyond just controlling blood sugar. They can protect your heart, help with weight management, and even safeguard your kidneys. It's like having a security system that protects multiple parts of your house at once. When choosing medications, we consider many factors. It's like putting together a personalized puzzle. We look at how well your kidneys work, whether you need to lose weight, your risk of heart problems, and even your daily routine. The goal is to find the perfect match that will help control your blood sugar while fitting seamlessly into your life. Think of diabetes treatment like building a house. We start with a strong foundation of lifestyle changes before adding different layers of medication when needed. The modern approach to diabetes care is incredibly dynamic and personalized. Let's talk about DPP-4 inhibitors. These medications are like skilled negotiators in your body. They help your body keep its own beneficial hormones around longer, which helps control blood sugar more naturally. The beautiful thing about these medications is their gentleness. They're less likely to cause low blood sugar or weight gain, making them particularly friendly for older adults or those who can't tolerate other medications. Moving to thiazolidinediones, or TZDs as we often call them, these are like efficiency experts for your cells. They help your body's tissues become more sensitive to insulin, similar to upgrading your phone's receiver to get better reception. However, just like any powerful tool, we need to use them thoughtfully, especially in people with heart conditions. Now, here's something really interesting: the concept of combination therapy. Imagine you're conducting an orchestra. Sometimes using just one instrument medication isn't enough to create the perfect symphony of blood sugar control. By combining different medications, each working in its own unique way, we can often achieve better results with fewer side effects. One of the most exciting developments in recent years has been our understanding of how diabetes medications can protect the heart and kidneys. It's no longer just about controlling blood sugar. We're now able to provide comprehensive protection for multiple organs. This is like having a sophisticated security system that protects your entire home, not just the front door. Blood glucose monitoring has also evolved significantly. The days of relying solely on finger pricks are gradually being replaced by continuous glucose monitoring systems. It's like having a GPS for your blood sugar, providing real-time information and trends, helping people make more informed decisions about their diet, exercise, and medication. The role of structured education cannot be overstated. Programs like Desmond provide people with the knowledge and tools they need to manage their condition effectively. It's like giving someone not just a car, but also teaching them how to drive and maintain it. Let's not forget about the psychological aspects of diabetes management. Living with a chronic condition can be challenging, and modern diabetes care recognizes the importance of mental well-being alongside physical health. Support groups and psychological support are becoming integral parts of comprehensive diabetes care. The future of diabetes care looks incredibly promising, with ongoing research into new medications and technologies. We're moving toward more personalized approaches, taking into account individual genetics, lifestyle, and preferences. This is truly an exciting time in diabetes care, where we have more tools than ever to help people live well with diabetes. Let's dive into the remarkable DIRECT trial, a groundbreaking study that's changing how we think about type 2 diabetes. Imagine being told that diabetes could potentially be put into remission, not just managed but actually reversed. This trial showed exactly that. It's like pressing a reset button for your body through carefully planned dietary intervention. The study used what we call a total diet replacement approach. Think of it as giving your body a complete break and fresh start. Participants replaced their regular meals with specially formulated products, followed by a structured way of reintroducing regular food. It's similar to renovating a house. Sometimes you need to strip everything back to the foundations before rebuilding. What made this study particularly exciting was its real-world application in primary care settings. It wasn't conducted in a specialized research center but in regular GP practices, making it highly relevant to everyday clinical practice. The results were remarkable. A significant portion of participants achieved diabetes remission, particularly those who maintained substantial weight loss. Moving to the low-energy diet implementation in Hackney, this program took these research findings and applied them in a real community setting. It's fascinating to see how different groups of participants progress through various stages, from total diet replacement to food reintroduction and finally weight maintenance. The program looked at multiple aspects of health, not just blood sugar levels, including emotional well-being and eating behaviors. The low-carb program represents another innovative approach. Think of it as a digital health coach in your pocket. It's not just about cutting carbs, it's about learning a new way of eating that's sustainable and enjoyable. The program uses modern technology to provide personalized support, meal plans, and community engagement. What's particularly interesting about the low-carb approach is its focus on reducing what we often call white stuff, refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, and rice. Instead, it emphasizes nutrient-dense foods that have minimal impact on blood sugar. It's like choosing premium fuel for your car. You get better performance and longer-lasting energy. The beauty of these modern approaches is their holistic nature. They don't just focus on blood sugar numbers. They look at overall health, including mental well-being, body composition, and quality of life. It's like conducting an orchestra where every instrument needs to be in harmony for the best performance. Looking at the bigger picture, successful diabetes management is about creating a sustainable lifestyle, not just following strict rules. It's like learning to dance. Once you understand the basic steps, you can adapt them to different situations while maintaining rhythm and balance. This brings us to the end of our comprehensive journey through modern diabetes management. Remember, diabetes care is constantly evolving, with new research and understanding emerging regularly. This is the end of our second and last part. Please do not forget to give your opinion, whether the first part of lecture format was better or the second part format was better. On the basis of your suggestions and voting, we will plan the format for future sessions. Do not forget to check our Facebook page for discounts.